Hi guys, Kizzlekicks here and welcome to episode number 19 of this FIFA 15 career mode. Today's episode is a bit of a special one as it sees us take on European giants FC Barcelona in our first ever Champions League game with Southampton. Great reward for us after that fantastic season we had last year where we come second, just 2 points behind Chelsea, but enough of that. What an incentive for us today to test ourselves against the very best team in Europe. We're going to have a look at their team then. It is frightening. Messi, Neymar, Iniesta, Rakitic, Mascherano, Piqué, Dani Alves, some fantastic names in there. We're going to go up with a very familiar starting 11. It's the one that starts most games for us. Henderson in the cam role, Draxler and Video in the wide positions, Ramirez and Schneiderlin holding mid, and the familiar back four. Now, the game took on the sort of pattern you would expect. Barcelona all over us, plenty of possession, plenty of chances, and they almost took the lead there inside 10 minutes with that effort from Messi. And then following up with that from the corner, Sergio Busquets with a header, but that sails high and wide. Barca had another half chance just a few moments later. Deulofeu with the cross, Messi met the ball with his head, but it didn't cause Fraser Forster any problems. Shortly after that though, we had a chance of our own. It wasn't through any good build-up play, it was more good fortune. Jordan Henderson bulldozing his way through here, nicking the ball off Iniesta, but just couldn't find the finish. Bravo pulling off an excellent save with his legs, and Shane Long's follow-up header not causing any problems either. We had another effort shortly after that, Draxler's effort stinging the palms of Claudio Bravo, and then Ramirez's follow-up header, he couldn't quite get enough on it to give us the lead. And then just before half-time then, Barca continued to put us under some pressure. Messi's delivery, the ball wasn't really dealt with properly, and it fell to Neymar. Some fantastic defending from Zuma, and then a fantastic save from Fraser Forster kept the scores level. So half-time whistle goes. So far, so good.
0-0 at half-time.
The second half followed very much the same pattern. Lots of chances for Barca, lots of possession. They were dominating here. You can see they worked the ball really well down the right-hand side with Neymar. His cross found Messi with a fantastic turn and a right-footed effort which was well saved from Fraser Forster. And then obviously the corner, you can see they've brought on Oscar, the former Chelsea man, but a header there is again tipped over the bar from Forster. He really had to concentrate to keep the scores level. And then one final effort, but Forster was equal to it again. After that we come close to scoring. Shane Long's deflected effort almost looped in, and then from the resulting corner, Video goes in unmarked. Video! Absolute scenes at the Nou Camp as Southampton take the lead, totally undeserved, totally against the run of play, but we don't care. We'll take them any way they come. Video ghosting in unmarked from the corner. You can't give this man that time and space inside the box, or he is probably the only player that will punish you. And what a header, he keeps it down and it's past Bravo in a flash. So, cue the Barcelona onslaught. It was cross after cross after cross that we had to deal with. We were just defending really bravely, heading the ball away, clearing our lines whenever we could. You can see now it's just 1 minute remaining. We whack the ball clear and they come back at us. We whack it clear again, and the sound that we'd all been waiting for, that full-time whistle. The game ends Barcelona 0, Southampton 1. So what an amazing result in our first taste of European football. We've beaten arguably the best club side in the world, totally against the run of play. We don't care, neither do them Southampton fans. We're just happy with the 3 points. A fantastic historic result for us. You can see confirmation of it there. The goal coming 20 minutes from time from Alvaro Video. So it was time to slap ourselves in the face, pinch ourselves, do whatever it took to get ourselves back awake and focused, back to Premier League action. We face a trip from Barcelona to Wales to take on the tricky Swansea side. You can see Michu, Jack Cork and Sigurdsson in there, plenty of creativity, and the pace of Montero and Dyer. Obviously a team capable of causing us a lot of problems. So we look at our team then, just a couple of changes. Andre Hoffman coming in at the back in place of Jose Fonte, and Lucas Podolski starts the game instead of Draxler out on the left. So there was a bit of sparring early on, not a lot happened. We were just feeling each other out. Half hour it took for the first chance to arrive. It fell to Shane Long, but a fantastic reflex save here. You can see from the slow motion replay how well he did to get that palm on it and tip it over the bar. Good save, and from the resulting corner, I think it was a combination of Long and Zuma that met the header, but again the keeper was equal to it. And then some fantastic trickery from Video down the right. Saw him skip his way into the box, 6 yards out, just apply the finish, mate. He couldn't do it. It was another good save from the keeper. Granted, it was on his weaker left foot, but he needs to do better than that. And then just before half-time, Lucas Podolski found himself in the clear. Could he finish on his favoured left foot? Yes, he can. Swansea 0, Southampton 1, and we take the lead just 3 minutes before half-time. A really good time to take the lead. And you can see there he just gets his head over the ball, puts his foot through it, giving the keeper very little chance from such close range. Just 2 minutes after that, we had a chance to go in at half-time, 2-0 ahead. A beautifully ball chipped it over the top to Video. His finish was well saved from the keeper, and as we move into the second half, then we continue to put Swansea on the back foot. Pick your spot, Jordan Henderson, any spot but that spot. That was a horrendous finish. He has been so average for us lately. But Swansea, as we approached the full-time whistle, did have chances of their own. When they eventually worked the ball through to Dyer there, he was adjudged offside. Just 5 minutes to go, then if they were going to score, they were going to have to do it now, and Gomez's header just inches wide. A real let-off for us, but they were going to have one more opportunity before the end of the game. But some heroic defending from Kurt Zouma, just as you saw at the Nou Camp against Barca, stopped them getting the scores level. And deep into stoppage time, Podolski had a chance to add to his tally. He couldn't quite do it, but it was enough for us to see off the challenge of Swansea and pick up another vital 3 points to keep ourselves top of the Premier League. So after facing Barcelona and then a come down to face Swansea, it was then another come down as we took on Doncaster Rovers, no disrespect to them, in the Capital One Cup. Several changes for this one, as you would expect. So the squad lines up as follows: Forster, then Bellerin, Yoshida, Hoffman, Target, Mane, Schneiderlin, Wanyama, Munir, Gaston Ramirez and Luis Muriel gets an opportunity to show us what he can do after his recent move from Udinese. A couple of recognisable names in the Doncaster lineup then: Stephen Bywater in goal, former West Ham man, and Harry Forrester wide left. He's a man that can cause us plenty of problems. We almost got off to the perfect start though. 50 seconds into the game, Gaston Ramirez steals the ball but could not apply the finish. And as you'd expect, we were dominating Doncaster all the way. Sadio Mane then cut in onside and into his right foot, but his finessed effort just went wide. And then a clever corner routine saw Matty Target hit a very good volley. Very good technique from the young left back, but he couldn't keep the effort down. And then Mane skipped through again, couldn't apply the finish. It was saved by the legs of Bywater, who was going to have a fantastic game. We found ourselves through again, and unfortunately I tried to square the ball rather than go for goal myself. And unfortunately we were judged offside there. And then as we approached half-time, Doncaster have one attack and we give away a penalty. Absolute nightmare scenario, but as you can see from the replay, stonewall penalty, terrible challenge from Yoshida, not quite sure what he was doing. So they have the chance to go in 1-0 ahead. He steps up, Forster doing his best to put him off, and it works. That is a dreadful penalty. That must be a good 4 or 5 yards over the crossbar. You will not see another penalty struck that badly on FIFA 15, I can assure you. So he continued to dominate in the second half. Muriel found himself clear, but he couldn't race away from the defenders. That was disappointing from him. And we continued to dominate. Mane was probably our most dangerous player, forcing a very good save from Bywater. We look at the slow motion replay. You can see he's at full stretch to tip that one round the post. And then Greaves Callaghan come on for Muriel, who was awful. I'm not going to lie, he was absolutely awful. Callaghan was a lot more lively, skipped inside onto his weaker right foot. His finish was a poor one though, and Bywater dealt with that easily. And then Munir, the youngster, on loan, his effort deflected, but Bywater was able to adjust and save it accordingly. And then Callaghan skipped past, just 4 minutes to go now, sorry. His left foot effort stung the palms of Bywater, and then just as they did at the end of the first half, they had a chance to win it, Doncaster. All he's got to do is hit the target there, but that goes out for a throw-in. Awful effort as he tries to volley. That is a full-time whistle, and you can hear what the home fans thought of that performance in the 90 minutes. Boos ring around St Mary's, and rightly so. But when it came to extra time, the boos and the frustration were short-lived as we caught Doncaster on the break. We did nearly mess it up despite being 3-on-1. Mane cut the ball back to Draxler and he only just found the run of Callaghan. But luckily he just struck the ball past Bywater. He was finally beaten and the relief was clear to see around St Mary's. After dominating, it looked like it was going to be one of them games where we never found the back of the net. But you can see the fans' reaction there. They know that that is a very important goal. On his weaker right foot, he just applies the finish. That's exactly what you want from your striker. But with just seconds remaining, an offside trap goes wrong, allowing Doncaster a glorious opportunity to equalise, and only he knows how he's managed to put that wide. And that is how it finished. Extra time, everybody was knackered, so we struggled to create chances, but once we had the lead, we knew it was just a case of not conceding. So we progress. Not a great performance, but we are through to the next round. So we're going to end this episode then with a look at the league table. You can see we're 2 points clear of City at the top of the league. Hull, Everton and Arsenal were the other teams that make up the European spots. Disappointing season so far for Chelsea and Man U. Chelsea 14th, Man United 10th. But that's going to bring this episode to a close, guys. In the next one, we're going to have some more Champions League action, so make sure you don't miss it. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch. The links are in the description below, and we'll have another episode up soon, guys. Thanks very much for watching.